This one Meta Ads testing change took my client from $200K a month to over $2 million a month in under 6 months. In this video, I'm going to go over my updated Meta Ads testing strategy. I dropped a video earlier this year breaking down my whole Meta Ads testing strategy, but I have a big update that I'm going to share with you guys in this video. I'm going to go over again how to create a testing campaign from scratch. I'm going to go over how to assess a winning ad and a losing ad and when to graduate them. And last, I'm going to show you exactly how I scale winning ads within the testing campaign to maximize their impact and maximize their scale. And again, this is how this brand scaled so insanely fast because I was individually scaling winning ads in the testing campaign. If you're a subscriber, thanks for tuning in again. It's been a minute since I've made a video because my daughter was born, but now I'm back and making 2 videos a week again. So I'm super excited to make this video for y'all. And if you are a new viewer here, thanks for tuning in. I'm Mason Littlejohn. I've spent over $330 million on Meta Ads and driven over $1.7 billion, yes, billion dollars in Meta Ads attributable revenue. And that's why you should listen to me. I'm just gonna keep it at that. So let's dive into the video. Let's go over my updated Meta Ads testing strategy. So first, let's go over how to create a testing campaign. So it's super simple. You're gonna create a sales campaign within Meta and you're just gonna leave all the settings the same. Just leave all the settings on. You're just gonna be targeting 18 to 65 plus. I'm not gonna exclude any audiences and you're gonna have the budget at the ad set level. You're only gonna need one testing campaign, no reason to make multiple campaigns for testing in your account. And every ad set is going to be a test in this campaign. So say you have some new static ads that were just made, right? And you have 4 ads. When you're testing these ads, you're going to throw all these 4 ads in a single ad set. And I set my budgets at max $50 a day, typically lowest $25 a day. And that's really how you're going to run all your tests. When you're gonna run your tests, typically either a whole week would be the goal or 2 to 3x your CPA goal on the ads that are getting spent, right? So when you launch those initial 4 ads, Meta might not like 1 to 2 of the ads. It serves them impressions, but they don't actually get spent. But the other 2, they get spent, right? So the ads that are getting spent, you're gonna wanna let them run for 2 to 3x your CPA goal before making a decision, or ideally like a full week. What do I mean by making a decision? Making a decision on if they are a winning ad or if they are a losing ad. So again, that wraps up kind of just how to create a testing campaign. It's very simple. Sales campaign, leave all the settings as is, broad, wide open targeting. Every ad set's a test. Budget should be $25 to $50 a day max. And again, you're gonna wanna run these ads for a week long. And 2, 3 extra CPA goals, spend on ads that are getting spent from Meta before making a decision on if it's a winning ad or if it's a losing ad. So now let's move into phase 2 of testing. So we have the testing campaign live, we're running tests. How do we know if an ad is a winner or how do we know if an ad is a loser? Before you even start running ads, you need to figure out what your break-even ROAS is or what is a winning return on ad spend to you, or maybe you operate off of a CPA. So figuring out what a winning customer acquisition cost is for your brand. So for simplicity purposes, let's say your CPA goal was $50, right? So you're going to want to spend at least $100 to $150 on an individual ad before making a decision if it is a winning ad or if it is a losing ad. So for example, if the ad gets $50 or less CPA, then that is going to be a winning ad for you, right? If it gets above a $50 CPA, $60, $70 CPA, that's going to be a losing ad. You're going to be pausing it out. So again, let's go back to that test where we had 4 static ads in a ad set. Let's say one ad is really sucking up all the spend and it's getting a $45 CPA. That is a winning ad. And say ad number 2 was coming in the second most amount of spend and it got a $70 CPA, right? And we spent at least $100 on that. We're gonna pause that one out, right? In this situation, we had 1 winning ad, 1 losing ad. The other 2 ads didn't get really any spend at all. And so we're gonna pause out those 3 ads and we're gonna have this winning ad still live in the testing campaign. We're also going to graduate this winning ad from the testing campaign into your cold traffic scaling campaign, right? On top of the testing campaign, you're gonna have your cold traffic scaling campaigns. And these campaigns are campaigns where you're going to exclude your customers, exclude your email list, and exclude website visitors. The reason for this is we want to hit net new cold traffic with these winning ads. And this is the next phase of the test for the ad is can it survive on cold traffic? Ultimately, real winning ads can survive in the testing campaign and can also perform in the cold traffic campaign. That's kind of the tenet of a true winning ad. So that is how you assess the winners, the losers, and what you do after they are a winner or a loser, right? If they're a winning ad, you're gonna keep it running in your testing campaign. You're also going to graduate it to your cold traffic scaling campaign. And again, the losing ads just get paused out. So very simply, that's what happened. Now let's move into phase 3, which is scaling ads in your testing campaign. So this was a new development that I've been running for all my clients, and for specifically the one client that I mentioned that I scaled from 200K a month to over $2 million a month in under 6 months. And so what we're doing now after we have winning ads in the testing campaign is scaling them within the testing campaign. And so how are we doing that? So say the budget is $50 a day, then we are using my double up method, right? The double up method is if we are coming in under our CPA goal for at least 3 days in a row, we will double the budget. And so for this specific brand, we spent from 60 to even 100K total on single ads in this testing campaign using this method, doubling the budget whenever we're under CPA goal, continuing to double the budget, and we've had insane winners. But the biggest shift has occurred is that I'm now thinking of testing campaigns as middle of the funnel campaigns. So the function of the testing campaign is that we figure out if an ad can convert people, right? I don't care who it is. That's why we don't exclude anybody. It could be a customer, they could be on your email list, they could be a social engager, or they could be cold traffic. Let's just figure out if this ad can convert people, right? Once we determine that, we do graduate it to the cold campaign. However, we tried to scale the hell out of it in the testing campaign. And so there's 2 phases of scaling within the testing campaign. The first phase is scaling without exclusions, and you could scale it pretty far that way. But essentially, you're gonna scale it in a testing campaign without exclusions for as long as you can. And then once that CPA starts to rise, you're gonna exclude customers from that ad set and start going after more cold traffic. And that's kind of the phase 2 of scaling. And that'll be the second leg of your scaling. And so this is how we've been able to scale insanely fast and really just push crazy amounts of spend behind specific ads by this 2-phase testing within the testing campaign. Without exclusions, scale as hard as we can until we start hitting a ceiling. Then we'll add in exclusions. Customers, we'll even sometimes add website visitors in there just so we have extreme control over scaling that single ad. And again, this is how we were able to scale from 200K a month to over $2 million a month, because we were just scaling multiple ads at the same time with insane budgets and having ultimate control over how far we scale individual ads. The issue with only running winning ads in your scaling campaigns is that they're grouped in there with a bunch of other ads. And so when you up the budget on that cold performance scaling campaign, it gets distributed across multiple ads, right? You're letting the algorithm do what it wants, letting the algorithm choose the best ad. However, you know these are winning ads. They've proven it themselves in the testing campaign. So you also need to make sure that you are scaling your winning ads as hard as possible in your testing campaign. Again, this will blow up your business in the best way possible if you do this. So make sure to push your ads to the limit in your testing campaign, because this will blow up your brand in insane ways. And again, this is what I'm doing for all my clients, for my own brand as well, and we're seeing insane results. One last thing that I want to touch on though is that the testing campaign is actually middle of the funnel. And what do I mean by that is that we're not excluding website visitors 180 days, and we're not excluding social engagers or email list, right? And so technically this is a middle of the funnel campaign. So you will have your cold traffic campaign that's bringing people in, and then they will get hit with ads in testing campaign, right? A lot of the times the first touch point will be from your cold traffic campaign, and the second touch point will be from ads in testing. So in a lot of ways, your testing ads are middle of the funnel. They're hitting people further down in the customer journey. Yes, they're also hitting people at the top of the customer journey as well, but it's really functioning as a middle of the funnel campaign at scale. And this is one of the most exciting developments, is that it's okay to scale your testing campaign. It's okay for it to be some of your biggest ad spend, because these are the people that are kind of most likely to convert or be lower to mid funnel, right? You can take a much higher CPA on your cold campaign because a lot of those people are going to be hit up there and then driven into your testing campaign where you have a bunch of ads testing, right? And then the winning ads in there, again, you can scale them up. Not all the winning ads from testing are going to do well in the cold campaign, and that's okay. They might function better as a middle of funnel ad in the testing campaign, right? There's some ads that can do well in testing and will do well in the cold campaign. Again, that is what we would consider a true winning ad across the funnel. But again, some ads, they do well in testing, and that's good enough. They're able to be kind of a mid-funnel ad. So this is the biggest development, using the testing campaign as a scaling vehicle and even as a middle of the funnel vehicle as well, and having that second stage in the testing campaign where once we start hitting a ceiling on ads and testing, winning ads start to hit a ceiling, the CPA starts to rise, we then start excluding our customers and give it another go. And I've seen ads double their life by then excluding customers, and then they start going after net new people again. So recommend you trying it out in your testing campaigns, scale as hard as possible. When they hit a wall, add exclusions, and I promise you, you will be able to spend way more than you currently are if you're not utilizing this strategy. And that wraps up my new testing strategy development. And if you're still here right now watching the video, you've got a ton of nuggets, but you're probably in like one of three positions. The first position being, you're gonna watch this video and you're not gonna take any action at all. You just consumed it. Just watching it makes you feel like you've done something. But I encourage you, if you're in the camp number one, to actually take action on this. Or you're in camp number two. Camp number two is you're gonna watch this video, you're gonna try it out on your own, and you're gonna waste a ton of time trying to implement this without real direction and knowing exactly how to do it in the day-to-day of it, right? Or you can choose to be in camp number three. Camp number three is those who want to explore joining my coaching program, Meta Ads at Scale. Inside Meta Ads at Scale, you get direct one-on-one coaching with myself, you get a Slack channel with me, you get a dedicated client success manager, you also get a dedicated Meta Ads coach, and you get direct strategy from me. And I will show you actually how to implement this testing campaign in the proper way so you can scale your brand as fast as possible and as profitably as possible. If you check out our YouTube, our playlist, we have over 13 case studies, more being added every single month. Results speak for themselves. We have changed so many lives in my coaching program, Meta Ads at Scale. So if you're interested in learning more about my coaching program, hit the link down here and watch the video and fill out the Typeform application, and you'll talk with myself or one of my team members. And the best part about my coaching program is I have a guarantee. If we can at least double your Shopify revenue your best month, then we will work with you for free past the 6 months. That's how confident I am in my coaching, in my systems, in my processes, and in the team that runs Meta Ads at Scale with me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.